So this series can be done kind of wherever you're able to. It can be seated in a chair, we can be standing, we can be lying on our backs. Basically anywhere where you can find a nice long spine and anywhere that you're comfortable. So I'm seated up on a block, but you certainly don't need to be. So we're going to begin by finding a really nice tall spine, rooting those sit bones down, lengthening our spine upwards. We're going to extend the arms out to our sides at about a shoulder's height from the floor. And then we're going to bend those elbows. We're going to bring the hands onto the shoulder heads. I like to grip my shoulder heads here just a little bit, just like you're trying to see if a mango or a piece of fruit is ripe at the supermarket. So not super, super hard, but just enough that we have a good grip there. I like to think about pressing my shoulders down and lengthening my elbows away from one another. Almost like there's two walls on either side of my elbows, and I'm pressing my elbows into those walls. And then we're going to start just with some big forward circles here. So just as big as is comfortable for you. I like to start nice and slow, just warming up, getting some movement into those shoulders. They certainly don't have to be this large, but they can be if that's comfortable for you. We want to keep a nice neutral neck here. Just those elbows moving, trying not to hunch those shoulders up towards the ears if we can help it. Remembering to breathe. If we're able to get those elbows touching in front of the chest, we can see how long we're able to keep them touching throughout our circle there. And then we're going to change direction with the circles. So change nice backward circles. This one can sometimes be a little bit crunchier if we've been sitting a long time at our desks. Nice to get some movement in there, get some warmth going in those muscles. Again, if it's comfortable for those elbows to touch, we can see how long we can keep them touching in front of that chest as we move through our circles. Good. And then we're going to stop with those elbows out at a shoulder's height, right where we started. So thinking about pressing those elbows apart. Nice tall spine. You can always shape that head for no. Lots of room to move the neck. We're going to inhale here. We're going to exhale the elbows to touch in front of the chest. Inhale apart. Exhale to touch. If the elbows don't touch, it's no problem. Just get as close as you can comfortably. Good, we'll go a few more, just like that. Again, we're trying to move those elbows nice and evenly. One elbow not working harder than the other elbow. Creating some heat in those shoulder girdles. Waking our bodies up. Good, next time the elbows come out to the sides, we're going to hold them out to the sides. We're going to exhale the elbows down to the rib cage, keeping that grip on the shoulders. Inhale the elbows up to a shoulder's height. Exhale, elbows to rib cage. Inhale, elbows up to a shoulder's height. Trying to keep them nice and even, maintaining that nice, good grip on the shoulder heads. Hands are nice and active, and neck is still nice and relaxed. Good, we'll go a few more, just like that. And then next time our elbows come up to a shoulder's height, we're going to hold them here. So keeping that nice activity in the hand, we're going to extend at the elbow, drawing the whole arm parallel to the floor. We're going to extend at the wrist, maybe drawing those fingers towards the floor, but they're staying really nice and active in the fingers. Wrist bends back, and then we bend at the elbow. Extend at the elbow, extend at the wrist, flex at the wrist, flex at the elbow. Just going back and forth. I like to keep my gaze forward here. A little bit of sliding of those nerves along the arms, which is always good to do. I'm a student, so I find I do this one a lot with the amount of time that I sit in my desk doing homework. And you can do this anytime you need a little micro break. Any one of these movements is great to do. We'll go a few more, just like that, before coming back to our starting position. If at any time we fatigue here, you can always lower the arms down. It makes it a little bit easier. You can always take rest. Good. Next time we bring those hands to the shoulder heads, we're going to stay here. Let's do one more movement. Let's bring those arms out to a 90 degree at the elbow. We're going to turn the palms to face forward. Really fire up those hands, same as you had them before on the shoulder heads. And then we're going to exhale the elbows down to the rib cage, trying to keep them at a nice 90 degree angle if we can, and trying to keep them in line with the rib cage so they're not popping back and they're not popping forward. And then we're going to inhale the arms up, keeping them at the nice 90 degrees, maybe our fingertips touch. And then exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Moving with your own breath. Going just as far as feels comfortable for you. We never want to feel pain when we do yoga. Nice active hands, nice active elbows. Always relax through that neck. Try not to hunch those shoulders up towards the ears if you can help it. Let's go a few more, just like that, before we rest our arms down on our lap. Good. Next time we bring those arms down, we're going to gently release and we're going to bring our hands face up on our thighs. Or if you're lying on your back, they're just going to be facing up to the ceiling. Just relaxing and letting that all go.